Oh my god, these chairs are awful. I feel so far down. They're so uncomfortable. It feels like they've got the Christmas chairs out, you know? When you have your family around and then they bring the Christmas chairs out because there's not enough chairs and they're really uncomfortable and you have to sit there for hours. But that's how they feel. These are awful. I'm going to have to mention it to Jens. I really am. I'll talk to the devil. Hello, Jens. Hi. How are you? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. And you? Uh-huh. Okay. Nice. The chairs, no, they're lovely. Really nice. I'm really happy with my chair. It's really good. Yeah, no. Cheers. Thanks for asking. Yeah, that's right. The DFB Pokal coming up. That's right. The draw should be live tonight on TV. So yeah, we'll tune into that when it's live, and hopefully we can get a good little opponent. Nothing too big. We don't want the Bayern Munichs particularly, that sort of style of club, but yeah, that's right. Hopefully we get a nice little draw. Okay. You got some news for me, Jens? That doesn't sound like good news. It's not good news, right? Yeah. Okay. You'll tell me about it later. Can you not tell me now? I feel like that's pretty important. I wouldn't want to get further in and find. Okay, alright, fine. Tell me later, Jens. That's not a problem. Alright. Take care. Bye. Well, that does not sound good. Hi guys, and welcome back to Schalke The Great Escape. You've joined me on episode 4 after we played a couple of different games last time. We played one league game and one cup game. As you can see, we did play the 3-3 game against Werder Bremen, which we were winning pretty comfortably 3-1 going into the 90th minute, and then Taith Chong was on and scored 2 goals as a late substitute. So a bit gutting in that game to drop 2 points. It would have meant that we'd have jumped out of the relegation zone and gone a few places higher, actually, in fact. But look, it's not to be. We move on. We've got plenty more league games to go, and we've still got the DFB Pokal. We did win in the last episode against Wolfsburg 1-0. It was a dreadful game for both sides, to be honest, and we were lucky to get the penalty, which we scored through Nabil Bentaleb. We are getting a bit of a reputation as penalty merchants, but look, I'm not fazed by it. They all count, basically. So we're through now from the third round into the quarterfinals, then obviously the semi-finals, and then the final itself. I think we've got the draw for that today, so we'll do that in a second. Today's episode, we're going to focus on the Red Bull Leipzig game, third place Red Bull Leipzig with Nagelsmann at the helm. That is going to be a very, very tough game. Hopefully we can get a decent result. A draw would be fantastic. I don't know if we're going to win, but yeah, like I said, a draw would be great. With them play Union Berlin, it might come down to what happens in the Leipzig game, impacting the Union Berlin game in terms of morale. But hopefully we can keep spirits high and get a couple of good results. I would say if we can take 4 points from those games, that would absolutely do. I think I would settle for 2 points, given that Union Berlin are 9th in the league, so kind of a mid-table sort of team. Compared to our season, how it's gone, I think at this point, 2 points you have to be quite happy with. We've put us on 19 points. We may get out of the group, out of the relegation zone if we do get the 2 points, but we'll have to see. First, though, let's get the quarter-final draw done. Let's carry on. There we go. Quarter-final draw today. Let's view the draw. Okay, right. Automatic draw. So we've got some big teams: Dortmund, Leipzig versus Dusseldorf, Bielefeld, Munich, Dortmund, Schalke. It's the derby in the DFB Pokal. If that's not drama, I don't know what is. Dortmund and Schalke have a long-lasting rivalry that goes back years and years. I think it's called the Riviere Derby or Revier Derby? I can't remember how you pronounce it. But yeah, it's a big affair. So that is a tasty game. You've got Leipzig versus Dusseldorf. You'd expect Leipzig to win that pretty comfortably. Again, Munich should be beating Bielefeld. They're struggling down the bottom of the table like us. You'd have to put your money on Dortmund, but look, it's a derby. I won't be saying that to the press. We're going to back our side all the way. And then Hoffenheim versus Osnabrück. So you would have thought that, to be honest, we've probably had the toughest draw of the weaker teams, if you like. But look, we'll give it a go. We'll see what we can do. Even if we do get through, though, we have got Leipzig, probably Bayern, and Hoffenheim to still play. If we can then draw Hoffenheim as our route to the final, we will then probably play Leipzig or Munich. So look, it's a tough draw either way. So yeah, let's scan forward. Let's get to the Leipzig game, and I'll see you guys on the squad selection screen. Just before we do get into the game, we just had a very interesting email, which confirms my worries about Jens. Schalke 04 election fever. With Schalke set to hold elections this coming month, Maxi Foot have published a list of names expected to be involved in the preliminary process to become Schalke's next chairman. With current chairman Jens Buchter deciding against a 7th term. We're going to lose Jens, guys. Rolf Fur, Tim Orlov, Irvin Gerber, Paul Gerhards, and Amin Babatz are the candidates seeking to replace him. So we're potentially going to have, we're definitely going to have a new chairman. We'll see what happens with that one. I'm a little bit worried about the job.
I'm going to lose my job.
Okay, so before we go into the team selection, just a quick brief look at the table. A win here. I mean, it is a game in hand, in fairness, or potentially even 2 games in hand on the likes of Cologne and Bremen. But a win here, just looking at this game alone, could see us push as high as 15th, which would get us safe. Hopefully, then we could use the extra game or 2 games in hand to be able to push on a little bit further, maybe even just an extra point and get us as high as 13th. So a big game, a big opponent, but we are at home. So let's see what we can do. Let's get through there. Okay, sure. I think we're going to roll with this one again, the 4-1-4-1, predominantly because it's a bit more defensive than the 4-4-2, and Leipzig are a very strong opponent. It's also positive rather than attacking. I know that's not much of a difference. There is still risk-taking involved in positive. But we're going to go with this one predominantly, I think, because they tend to play Danny Elmo as cam, and so I feel like having somebody, whoever it's going to be, at defensive midfield would really help us out. They're also not using many wide men, so I feel like if we've got an extra number in the midfield, that would help us rather than another one up front. So I feel like this is probably the best option. I think we're probably going to go. We could stick Kutuku up top potentially. He's not our best goal scorer, but yeah, he can do a job. We're kind of trying to put square objects into round hole, whatever the expression is, squeeze him in there. Suat Sadar, I feel like he'd be quite a good candidate for that defensive midfield role. Bujalab, let's have a look. Box to box or Mazzala. Maybe he can play Mazzala over Mascarell. Matondo, don't know whether he's really good enough for a game like this. Salif Sane is our best centre-back, so I feel like he needs to go in. He can replace... I don't know. It's a tough one. Nastasic and us... I think maybe we need a faster centre-back. Yeah, I feel like alongside Sane, we need a faster centre-back. And Nastasic, while technically very good, physically is a little bit worse. So let's go with him. Mendel, Klunter. Let's just check this. Got Bentaleb playing Carolero, but he's... yeah, he's not trained very well. We could potentially put Mascarell in. Mascarell, Carolero, Bujalab, Schupp, Klunter, Kabak, Sané, Mendel, Raman, Kutuku, and Farman. That's the squad for the Leipzig game. All I can do is get into it and hope it goes well. Fingers crossed we can beat Nagelsmann's Leipzig. Right, boys, we could climb out of the relegation places with a win here, so go out and impress me. I feel like Point Finger, some of these do have kind of a do have quite a good quite a bit of an impact, but I feel like Point Finger is one of the most effective. So we're pointing our finger. A couple of players look focused. We'll take that. Preparation is everything in football. You may feel you know what to expect from Leipzig. Attack, 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 I would imagine. Like I said, they get their width from their wing backs. and then they kind of I think they might even play. I haven't played diamond in midfield. Like a DM, two centre mids and a cam. We'll see. Let's have a look how they've lined up at least. See if my suspicions were right. I was right. So 3 centre backs. They've gone for a 5-2-1-2. I do like that formation, and they're unbeaten in 5 games as well. They're now in 3rd. A win for them could take them above Leverkusen. So it's a big game for them, a big game for us. Let's get it underway. Well, that was an absolutely fascinating half in which absolutely nothing happened. So, fantastic, brilliant. Okay, I mean, we did. So, how do we do? 2 shots, 1 on target versus their 4, none on target. They had higher XG, roughly 3 times our XG, although neither team's XG is impressive at this point. They've committed a lot of fouls, which is good. Hopefully we can get some suspensions. 3 yellow cards in there, so hopefully push in the second half for a red for one of those players. Pass completion's a bit down on theirs, 85%. I like mine to be around 90% or upwards if we can do it. And then, possession is a bit lower as well, so let's go into the second half and see how we get on. We're just going to pause it there, because not much is happening. Let's get Matondo on the left. And let's get our Brazilian centre-back on for a bit as well. And let's do that. Let's see how we get on. Let's go underway again. 20 to play. 3rd sub, Ospika. 15 minutes. First highlight of the whole game. 77th minute. Schupp crosses in, headed away. Picked up by Sadar. Oczipka. That's so difficult to say. On the ball. Mascarell. Good possession from the boys. Matondo. He's done it. Come on. Let's go. What a goal. Unbelievable scenes from Matondo. We gave him a bit of faith. We were going to start him, but then we decided against it. We thought he wasn't really cut out for this game. Turns out he wanted to prove me wrong. Dribbled through 2 defenders. Smashed it home top corner. And, very little the keeper could do about that. Let's see if we can hold out for the remaining 8 minutes. We've had a much better half this half. 2 minutes to go. We've done it. I can't believe it. 1-0 victory will take them. This tactic against the stronger team seems to be working an absolute treat. I'm not usually confident using some of the specialised roles, things like a Carolero, particularly a Carolero, but look, it seems to be working really, really well, and it seems like a risk that's paid off, so can only praise the boys for that. Fantastic result. We've climbed out of the relegation zone for the very first time. 2 points clear of Köln, 3 points clear of Hertha, and Mainz looking very miserable down the bottom of the table with 14 points. So it gives us something to build on, and hopefully we can take that good morale into the Union Berlin game. So what we'll do, we'll stim forward a little bit. I'll keep you up to date on any news that comes up. Otherwise, I'll see you guys over on the match screen for match day number 2. Okay, and we're over just before the squad selection screen for match day 2, away to Union Berlin this time. A win here would see us move from 15th as high as 13th, overtaking Werder Bremen and Hoffenheim at the same time. We have got a game in hand on Werder Bremen. We're at level on games with Hoffenheim. Werder Bremen have got Freiburg, who are 9th at the minute. So you'd probably put Freiburg as slight favourites, but it could really go either way. Hopefully they get no more than a draw at this point. Hoffenheim are away to Dortmund. That is a tough gig, even though Dortmund are struggling slightly in 6th. It's still a very tough game, especially being away from home at Dortmund's arena. So, like I said, 13th is up for grabs. Let's get into it and pick our team. We like to have a little check of these, but I think, to be honest, we make our own decisions when we get through. I think we're going to go back for the 4-4-2. I feel like, in terms of like squad strength, I feel we're the slightly stronger team here. Obviously, Schalke have not been performing like that this season, but you have to consider that at the very least. Let's start. Actually, Harrit is there. Raman Schupp, Mascarell and Sadar, who's not trained very well. I guess, to be honest, everyone's trained pretty well. Schürpfer's train not that great, so we could probably try Raman on the right. Sané is looking pretty fit, so we'll get him again against in for Nastasic again. So we're going for the same back line, same keeper. Kutucu and Paciencia, Harit, Raman, Mascarell and Sadar. I think I'm pretty happy with that, although Boujalab is available, but I think we might just squeeze Boujalab into the bench. So let's have a quick look. What can we do? We've got a centre-back, 2 centre-backs. I think we can probably get rid of Nastasic, get Boujalab in there. It'd be good to have a backup left-back as well. We'll go without a backup keeper, which is a bit of a risk, but we'll take that risk. I think that'll do. We've got one more sub, actually, so we might as well stick somebody like maybe Ludovic in, or Schürpf maybe. Maybe we should have got Schürpf in. Yeah, let's put him in for Ibisevic. Let's go. Fantastic. Into the match. Let's see if we can pick up 6 points from 6. I don't know whether we've done a 6 point from 6 in the league before. I can't remember. But yeah. Obviously, we had to tell the players there. It's a mixed response that we might fall into the relegation zone again if we lose this game, which had mixed response. How important has a strong form been? We have been in good form since I've come in. I think Jens is pretty happy. These guys lost 5 on the bounce. We've got some pretty big names in Cruz, Poyampalo as well, leading the line. Playing a 4-4-2 like us, so it's interesting. Very different form. 4 wins and a draw from us, 5 losses from them. It should be straightforward, but they are above us in the table in 11th, so you just never know. Let's get into kick-off and get things underway. Okay, first highlight of the game. Much earlier than the last one, 8 minutes in. Some nice passing play. Kutucu into Harit. Swings it back post Palent. Oh, good save from Karius. I just noticed Karius in goal, actually. That's a good save. But first shot on goal to us. Okay, so into half-time, and not much else happened really. 11 shots, 5 on target for us, 2 shots, 1 on target for them. An XG of 1. We probably should have buried 1 goal by now. No other highlights came about in that first half. However, because we're playing earlier and we have got the extra point, it does already put us into 13th. So obviously we'll be relying on teams around us to lose to keep that position. But it is it's promising so far. A good start from the boys. Just need a bit more from them, so we might demand more a little bit into this half. But let's see if we get another highlight early on. Well, I've got a highlight. Unfortunately, it's a red injury for Paciencia, a potential thigh injury, straight off the pitch. No orange injury, just straight off. So that is not great news. We have got Uth. I think it's definitely worth checking who is more suited to the advanced forward role. I think, to be honest, Uth is quite a good advanced forward, so we'll leave him on. We'll just check the ratings of everybody else. 6.6 for Kabak. Otherwise, looking pretty good. We're going to use that demand more as well now. But we have got a highlight. Karius to take the goal kick. Headed away by Özcan. Kutucu picks up the loose ball. The pressing forward runs at the fence. Into the box. Bad pass to Harit. But we've got the ball back. Sadar. Mascarell. Kutucu. He drags it wide. I've got this bad feeling this is not going to be our day. Okay, another highlight. Again, they all start with Julian but in possession. Gentner into Schlotterbeck. Back to Gentner. Ball forward. Lovely ball for Poyampalo. Andrich. Gogia. Playing it back. Good spell of possession for Union Berlin here. Friedrich, Gentner. Cruz. Ball forward. He's through 1-on-1. It's offside. Surely, ref. Checking the goal. It was a lovely ball, but offside, so thank God we've survived that. That seemed a little bit harsh from the fact they've done absolutely nothing in the second half up until that point. It was a good run from Bolton, but just slightly offside. I think it's also time to have a little look at making a couple of substitutions. We've got Kabak. I think we can probably get Enrique on there. I think, to be honest, everyone else is above sort of 6.8, so we'll leave that. Okay, we'll get Bentaleb on. Did that do that? I don't think it did. Bentaleb on for Sadar. He's got an orange knock. couple of injuries in this game. It's not great. Gentner into Andrik. Back to Gentner. Gentner actually kind of having a lot of possession himself. Playing lots of 1-2s. Receiving the ball. The players around him creating space. Another ball forward for Bolter. Into Poyampalo. Shoots just wide. We'll do one more demand more before the end of the game. And it suggests odds Pika. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look. Where's our left back? Mendel, nervous. No, to be honest, I'm okay with that. I'd rather leave the sub. Gustavo Enrique building from the back. Sane, Mendel. Nice little run. Harrit. Mendel again. What can we create? Loves an early cross into Uth, but Karius is equal to that one. Sees it all the way through. And tries to start a counter-attack. But Sane with a good header. Raman. Running at that defence, which you'd love to see. Bentaleb heads. Was that tipped away? No, it was just wide. Just wide. I thought it was tipped away by Karius for a corner, but it wasn't to be. Okay, right. 82nd minute. I think it's probably time for another substitution. I think we've got a couple of tired players. We've got loads. Okay, Harrit is looking a bit apprehensive and quite tired, so we'll get Matondo on. You saw what Matondo did against Leipzig in the last game. Hoping for more similar kind of magic from him. Katuku! Yes! Come on! Let's go. We've broken the deadlock. And we deserve it. XG of almost 2.5. Which, you know, you'd like to think you could get a goal with that kind of XG. We've created lots of chances. We've not been clinical on the day. Harrit, questionable offside, but I think being played on by some of the further away centre-backs. And Katuku slots home. That is fantastic. Let's go ahead with the changes. I know Harrit got the assist, but let's get Matondo on, see if he can create any last minute magic. Okay. Still 5 minutes left. Bentaleb. Intercepted by Tuchel. This could be bad. Great tackle by Sane. Is he going to follow up? He's going to try. Lovely. Keeps it in play. Matondo. We can't get a second, could we? He's going alone. Great save. Good save by Karius. Very good save. Okay. 1 minute to go. Surely this is our victory. Can't be much more play than this. Although Katuku is onside. Oh. Can't quite get the brace, but that spell of action should spell the end of the game. Goal kick taken by Karius. The ref is not blowing up just yet. Uth. Klunter making a great run from right back. Can't get the ball in. Throw in. Come on, ref. Check your watch. That is game over, surely. Karius' ball again. How many goal kicks is going to get given? No more. We are victorious here. And a well-deserved win. Like I said, an XG of over 3. Just under half our shots on target from total shots. I'm quite happy with that. Pass completion again, a bit shy of 90%, but to be honest, it's up around what you'd expect, what you'd like to see. And possession pretty even on the day. Bulter's goal ruled out for offside, and rightly so. And then Katuku slotting home from that Harrit assist. Lovely little goal that. And a very important one. That should secure 13th place for us. And it's no less than we deserved. Good little unbeaten run on the go. Got to be worried about complacency, although I think the boys' heads are pretty screwed on at the minute. Yep, 13th place. Now we just need to see what happens in the Hoffenheim game. Werder Bremen lost 3-0. That's a great result. So yeah, just waiting on the Hoffenheim result to see whether we can stay in 13th place. And there we have it, confirmation of 5 games unbeaten. A 1-0 against Union Berlin, 1-0 against Leipzig, 3-all against Werder Bremen, which really we should have won. 3-1 against Bayern Munich, the penalty game where we scored all 3 penalties. And I think it was Mascarell with the hat-trick on that one. And a 4-0 thumping of FC Köln. So it's a pretty good start to life at Schalke. We've still got a lot of work to do to make sure that we stay out of the relegation zone. We could always slip back in with a bit of poor form, and we have got some tough games coming up, including, as we found out today, the quarter-final of the DFB-Pokal against Dortmund, which is obviously the Revier derby. So yeah, some big games coming up. It's not over yet, but we're looking pretty good. But that's going to be it for this episode of Schalke the Great Escape. If you have enjoyed the content, please do like, subscribe, and turn those notifications on for more content like this and more from Football Manager 2021. Until next time, guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you all very soon.